Hello everyone, my name is Richard Miles. I just wanted to let all of you know that I really appreciate the great feedback that I've received via email, inbox on Facebook, some comments under my video about my ethnic composition, my DNA results from DNAancestry.com. And it's like a new beginning for me because I finally know who I am specifically in terms of what my African ethnicities are, because there's several of them, and also my European. And I don't know, it's just, I feel like, a serious revelation has been made because, you go your whole life knowing certain things, but then there's other things that are kind of like, enigmatic. You don't really know who you are. You just go by, word of mouth. And to me, that's usually unreliable. Sometimes it's because of ignorance and people are just lied to. There's a lot of different things. But I have to say it feels really good. Excuse me, sore throat. It feels really good to say that I know who I am. So if somebody asks me, instead of just saying, European or African, that doesn't tell me anything. I can say, you know what? No, I'm Congolese, or I'm a Nigerian, I'm Italian, I'm Greek. I can give a specific place, as to where my people come from. So I just want to kind of turn the camera around so you can get a better glimpse as to what makes me who I am. And I'm going to play a little bit of Richard Miles music because you got to have that. So I'm going to play Jupiter from my album Ambient Nights Volume 8, Emotions. All right. Anyways, here we go. All right. All right, so if I turn the camera around, you can see I'm 46% African, which my people come from Cameroon, Congo, Senegal, and Nigeria. My Cameroon and Congo ancestry is 15%. That's the highest one in my African, on my African side. And Senegal is 10%, Nigerian is 8%. So the grand total is 46%, or to say the aggregate total for my African ancestry is 46%. And I'm very proud. I think that's amazing. Now I can say that I'm Nigerian, I'm Senegal, I'm Congolese, Cameroon. I mean, it just feels really good. And I hope I'm getting the ethnic terms or identities correct, because this is still all new to me. So there's a lot to learn. But it just feels good to say that I know where my black ancestors came from. I mean, that's just wonderful. So then you turn the camera around, you can see that I'm 52% European, which is the largest of my ancestry. Europe East, which is 16%, that's actually the highest out of all of my ancestries. And I'm gonna show you where that is. All right, so that covers Ukraine, Poland, Romania. And it's funny because Romania is considered a Latin country. It's, Romanians are the only Latin culture that's not basically in the Mediterranean, or close to the Mediterranean Sea. And they're related to Italians, Spaniards, Portuguese, French. That's amazing. But anyways, Romania is part of my Eastern heritage. And also Serbian, because my grandfather was Serbian. But like I said, you never know what ethnic groups are mixed with each other in Europe. Just like in Africa, there's a lot of mixing. And just keep in mind too, is in Europe, just like America, Canada, there's people of different races that live there too and have children. And so always keep that in mind, is just because you're from a continent doesn't always mean that you're, pure this or pure that, because mixing takes place all over the world. People forget about that concept. You hear people say, oh, my ancestors are from, I don't know, Morocco or from Germany, England, but realize there's other groups that live there too, that have children, they get married and have children, their children grow up and they have kids. So you see what I'm saying? It gets very complex. But anyways, this is my Eastern European heritage. Then I have Scandinavian, which is 13%. And that's Norway, Sweden, Denmark. That is awesome. And then the big surprise is Italian and Greece in terms of my European ancestry, because as I mentioned in my first video, I always kind of suspected that, maybe I had an Italian or Italian, Greek, Spanish, Portuguese, one of those Southern European heritages, because there's just certain things, like for example, when I had a full head of hair, my hair has big waves, and my mother had very thick, curly, wavy, like incredible hair. So I took more after her side because my hair was closer to hers than my father's, but I had the big waves, natural, put water in it, and that's it, but just it's funny because I remember growing up, I would be on the bus going to school, and there was this really cute older Italian couple. They were from Italy, kind of like grandma, grandpa. They used to sit right behind me like every day. It was just so funny. And then we just always touch my hair, say, oh, it feels like Italian, because it was so wavy. And they would always ask me at the time, like, are you part Italian or Sicilian? I'm like, I was young. I was like probably in my 20s, early 20s. I would tell them no, and because I didn't know. But I feel really bad, and unfortunately, I don't think they're still around because they were, up there in age. And again, this is like 20 years ago. But God, if I could just see them again, because I used to run into them every single day for like 2 years. I don't know what they did, but they were on the bus. It was just weird. Anyways, I'm talking about like, the metro bus. And, they used to always ask me, are you part Italian, because of my features, my nose, and also I don't have a, Italian nose, but like smaller, whatever. They would just make reference to my facial features, but also my hair. My hair was like, I said, very wavy. But now I can say, yes, I am part Italian, part Greek. And a lot of times people of those ethnicities have that hair texture. So anyways, very proud, to say that, I'm Italian and Greek. And I do want to just clarify something, is I'm not disappointed that I don't have Spanish ancestry. It's just I always had an interest in Spanish culture for some reason. I love their music, I love their festivals, I love the guitar because I'm a music composer. So there's lots of reasons why. But anyways, Italian is close to Spanish, and just like Portuguese, they're all Latin cousins. So I do have Latin blood. I'm very proud. And I know Greek is not Latin, but it's still Mediterranean, so they're all cousins. But I just, really take a lot of pride in that culture, because Italians are just amazing people. So anyways, so Great Britain, I have 7%. So that's the United Kingdom, of course, and Germany's over here as well. And remember, my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, was German. And by the way, I was very close to her. We were like this. I love my granny. She passed away at 95, God bless her soul, but they make those Germans strong, let me tell you. I always say, like, their cars, like humans, they make them, they're strong. They're strong people. Again, just like their cars. But I'm very proud of, all of my heritages. My African heritages, I called my father, and he was just like elated to find out, who he is, like where his people come from, because, he's from Alabama, but, because of all the slavery, a lot of identities were just obliterated, they weren't on social registries, they were just totally wiped out. So it feels really good to say, you know what, I'm not African American, I'm black and I'm white, but my black culture are from all these beautiful ethnic groups here. So that feels good to say that finally I know what my black ethnicities are. So now, last but certainly not least, West Asia, which is, oops, let me click on that. Sorry about that. Oh, is the Middle East. And as you can see, the primary are Iran and Pakistan. So, and that's 2%. Now, here's the funny thing is, sorry, I gotta change the song. I mean, Paul Abdul, no offense, but I don't really know how this got on here, but sorry, I had to turn that off. No offense, Paul Abdul fans, but I don't want to listen to that. All right, I'll play one of my other tracks, Eclipse. All right, I'd rather play something else, you know. Anyways, where was I? Let's go back. So the funny thing is, you know, growing up, again, because of my beard and my brother in particular, because my brother gets really thick facial hair, you know, people would always ask, is you guys like Middle Eastern or, you know, something like that? And we would always say no, you know, but my brother, you know, I don't know if he's ever had a DNA test, but it'd be really cool to see if he has more Middle Eastern because of his facial hair, like he's really thick, but then I could be Italian too. Who knows? But, you know, people used to always ask us if we were like part Arabic, and I would say no, you know, but now I can say yes, I am part Arabic. I mean, it's 2%, but remember one thing is when you have siblings, your DNA are usually not identical because you pick up different traits from your parents. So, and the analogy that was used on one of these introductory videos on, you know, DNA oriented, you know, issues or material, they would talk about, you know, the different things that you inherit from your parents, you know, and they use the analogy of like groceries. You have a bag full of, let's say, fruits and vegetables. One sibling may inherit carrots, bananas, and peaches. The other sibling may inherit grapes, apples, and strawberries. Again, still from the same two parents, but you inherit different traits. That's why, phenotypically speaking, you know, sometimes siblings look nothing like each other because it just depends on what genes you inherit, you know, from your parents. So I just want to make that very clear, but I'm just very proud. I mean, 46% African, 52% European, 2% Middle Eastern. I mean, that makes me who I am. So I just want to say thank you to DNA, ancestry.com, for bringing closure to this chapter of my life. And I really hope that this video inspires other people to get a DNA test to see who you are. And again, you know, sometimes it's going to reveal incredible things and other, you know, revelations that you may not be very proud of. It is what it is, but just remember, it makes you who you are, and just be proud. You know, it doesn't matter what your percentages are. I've had some people of mixed ancestry say to me, oh wow, you know, I was hoping to be more this or more that. Listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're 5%, 6%, 20, 30, who cares? It's who you are, you know? I mean, we're not a pie where we're just divided into, I mean, these are ethnic groups that make up who I am as a whole person, but nobody's greater or less because of the percentages. I just want to make that very clear. Well, listen, everyone, God bless, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you're inspired to get your DNA tested. See you later. Bye.